Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair powered by StriveScan. My name is Sabel. I'll be your facilitator for this evening's session, and I'm super excited to get started. We have some amazing institutions here to talk a little bit about themselves. Just remember, this is an appetizer, right? So our institutions tonight only have a few minutes to tell you a little bit about themselves, but it is up to you to go ahead and do your due diligence afterwards and visit these campuses or check them out on the website or reach out to the panelists and presenters that are here for this afternoon's session. So with that said, before we get started, I do have a few housekeeping items for everybody to keep in mind. Remember, this is a webinar style type of virtual college fair. So what that means is you are muted and your video is turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. So you're probably wondering, well, how do I ask my really important questions? Well, that is a good question because the way you're going to be asking is by typing it in the Q&A button in your Zoom toolbar. So if you pay attention to your Zoom toolbar, there's a little symbol there, it says Q&A in the middle. You're going to click on that to type in your questions to the presenters at any time. I stress, at any time. We do not have a live Q&A with your attendee questions at the very end, so it's really important for you to ask your questions throughout the entire 45-minute virtual college fair. Not only that, but if you could do us a favor and just put the school's name within the question, that helps us figure out who the question goes to and makes it a lot easier for us to get an answer to you. Also, sign up for more sessions. We do have 2 more sessions going on right after this one. There are many other college presentations that are offered, so check the schedule on the website for those. And last but not least, let's say mom missed out on tonight's session, or maybe a friend wants to check out these schools, or maybe you just want to relive the fun with us. Well, regardless, all of these sessions are being recorded and they will be available at strivescan.com/WACAC. So you can check those out at any point in time. Now, without further ado, I would really love to get started. Our first school up for tonight is the University of British Columbia.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here today. My name is Britt Fernandez, and I'm an associate recruiter and advisor at the University of British Columbia. All right, so getting started today, I'll be sharing with you a little bit more information about UBC in terms of its academic excellence, our 2 stunning campuses, and the opportunities for student involvement, so that you can really start to determine if UBC might be the right fit for you. Now, UBC is a public research university in Canada. We have over 260 different undergraduate majors to choose from, and we're consistently ranked among the top 40 research universities in the world, as well as the top 3 universities in Canada. We're also ranked as the most international university in North America, with just over 18,000 international students that come from 166 different countries. This means that you'll not only have the opportunity to learn from your amazing professors, but also from your peers, and you'll graduate UBC with a truly global perspective. Now, as mentioned, we do have 2 campuses, UBC's Vancouver campus in the city of Vancouver, and UBC's Okanagan campus in the city of Kelowna. These campuses are a 4-hour drive apart, so you apply to and take all of your classes at one campus or the other. Regardless of which campus you attend, you will graduate with the same UBC degree that is recognized worldwide. Our Vancouver campus is located in the city of Vancouver, city of approximately 2.5 million people. It's a vibrant, multicultural city located on the Pacific Ocean and surrounded by picturesque mountains. The campus is 20 minutes from the city center and is located on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Musqueam people. Home to approximately 45,000 undergraduate students, it's a self-contained campus community with state-of-the-art facilities, sports fields, museums, restaurants, and theaters. There's always something to keep you busy on campus or in the city. Now, maybe you would prefer a mid-sized campus. And if so, UBC's Okanagan campus in the city of Kelowna may be the option for you. Kelowna's population is just under 200,000 people, and it's one of the fastest growing cities in BC. It's home to a thriving tech industry that has a net worth of $1 billion. Situated within the territory of the Syilx Okanagan Nation, UBC's Okanagan campus is home to just over 10,000 undergraduate students. The Okanagan campus has small class sizes, unique campus-city partnerships, and more than 1,000 research projects underway, which makes it really easy to plug into a close-knit community. But of course, a university is so much more than just its location. And UBC has so many opportunities for you to take advantage of. You'll be encouraged to expand your horizons and find your path at UBC. There's lots of different ways to do this, and I encourage you to explore these more on our website. One highlight is our cooperative education program, which is an option for students in nearly all of our undergraduate programs. Co-op is the opportunity to take what you're learning in the classroom and research labs and apply that into the real world through full-time paid internships. Thousands of students participate in co-op placements each year with companies such as Adidas, Electronic Arts, Microsoft, Disney, and Lululemon, just to name a few. And in fact, 90% of UBC students who participate in the co-op program receive a job offer within 1 month of graduation. Now, in terms of academics, UBC offers over 260 undergraduate majors. We offer degrees in fields such as liberal arts, business, and STEM, but we also have some unique and specialized programs in applied biology, kinesiology, forestry, and more. I encourage you once again, visit our website to explore all these different programs that are offered. So if you think that UBC sounds like it's the right fit for you, you'll want to start your application, which can be found on our website, you.ubc.ca. First, you'll choose your program and campus and check the admission requirements for that program. Our deadline to apply is typically January 15th. After you apply, you'll be able to upload your transcripts and other required documents. UBC's admission is both comparative and competitive. Your UBC application will be evaluated on a combination of your academic performance and your personal profile. Your personal profile is the chance to tell the university what you're most proud of, what's important to you, and what you've learned from your experiences. A few of our programs may also require a portfolio or supplemental application. Finally, UBC looks at the breadth, relevancy, and rigor of the courses you've been taking. So courses such as IBs, APs, honors, and college level courses are all taken into consideration. All right, just wrapping up now. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn a little bit more about UBC. Now, as mentioned before, I do encourage you to visit our website, you.ubc.ca, as it has all the different information that I covered today, as well as further details about requirements, tuition and scholarship, housing, virtual live campus tours, and so much more. Thank you so much again. And once again, I look forward to answering any questions you might have in the chat a little bit later on.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for the University of British Columbia, please put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Temple University, Japan campus.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Greetings from Tokyo, Japan. We are about 16 hours ahead, so it's not too bad. A lot of times students tell me, oh, but Japan's too far away. I tell them it's not that bad. It's like it's about 4 movies long, so no problem at all. Very doable. Everyone, hello. My name is Kelly Nuibe. It's like the new eBay. I'm the Assistant Director of Overseas Admissions from Temple University Japan campus, TUJ for short. For those of you who don't know us, our main campus is on the East Coast in Philadelphia. We have our second campus in Rome, Italy, and then our third campus in Tokyo, Japan. We are fully accredited by the Middle States Commission on Higher Education in the US. And so what does that mean? It means it is possible for students to go to all 3 campuses. It is also possible for them to come to Tokyo for all 4 years and earn their US degree in Tokyo. I do see a question pop in, and I'll try to multitask and do both at the same time, but I'll get through the presentation first and I'll get to that question. Here are some top reasons on why students choose TUJ specifically. The first reason is the quality education. As I mentioned, we are fully accredited by the Middle States Commission on Higher Education in the US. It's US accreditation, so we are expected to uphold students to the standards of a US education. Students will have to do a lot of homework. They are expected to study. They are expected to show up to class. But that's a good thing. That's what you pay tuition for. You're paying for that challenge. And it's really to help them prepare to work in any field. The second reason why students choose us is the diversity. We have students coming from around the world. And when you're looking at international options, you can't go wrong. You're going to make friends with people everywhere. I've lived in Japan for almost 14 years now. Wherever I travel around the world, I always have a place to stay because I have friends that I've made in Japan and they live in their home countries everywhere. So it's really amazing. Third reason why students choose us is our study options. This looks like a small number, but it is actually quite comprehensive when you're looking at options in Japan. The most popular major is international business studies. We also have art, which is a BA in art, so it's liberal arts based, no art portfolio. Communication studies, which has a journalism and film production track. Fourth reason why students choose us is affordability. Tuition is $15,000 a year. This is quite affordable when you compare us to an out-of-state tuition on the low end for a public university. And by the way, we are a public university. And then if you compare tuition to a private university on the low end, it is quite affordable. In many ways, it's more affordable for you to go out of country than it is to go out of state. Because we are an American university, we do accept financial aid. We're one of the very few universities in Japan to do that. If I have any veteran families, you can take GI Bill benefits. And of course, we have merit-based scholarships that's awarded based on how well students are doing in school right now. Here is a quick QR list for students to look at our websites. Of course, they can always email me directly if you have any questions. I'm going to go over the checklist right now. To apply, it's like applying to any US university. We do use the Common App, so you can use that. Just make sure you select the Japan campus, as the policies and procedures are different depending on which campus you're starting at. Or you can apply directly. Native English speakers may apply as test optional. Transcripts, you want to make sure you send transcripts from every school attended since the start of high school. So for example, if I have any dual college enrolled students, you need those college transcripts as well. Personal statement, application fee, very easy to do. Fifth reason why students choose us is our career prep. We do offer a career development center that helps students with anything from part-time job search to interview, resume writing, internships, and full-time employment. We have students going to many global companies, and that's very important to note, is that Tokyo is a very global city with many companies from around the world. For example, we have a student working for Hitachi. We have a student working for Texas Instruments. We have a student working for Amazon. It really does vary. If you're hoping to connect with students and learn more about what the campus is like, do follow us on social media. Instagram is our main account, but we recently started TikTok and the dean likes to do his dances there. So be sure to check those out. You can also catch us on the virtual road. My team does several webinars and meetings, class sample lessons, that's what you call them. If you're interested, recently the borders are currently closed, but there is talk that the government is going to loosen policies soon. And so that is very promising. And we're just waiting for that official announcement. If you are currently a senior or your child is currently a senior, we advise you go forward with the application process now. It's best to have everything ready to go before you go forward. The visa application for fall 2022 actually doesn't open until February. So if you haven't done the admissions application part first, I do recommend you do that first. If you have any questions, you can email us directly. Our inbox accepts emails 24/7. Obviously, I sleep sometimes, so if I don't see it, I will definitely reply when I wake up. More than happy to help you. I'm going to put my info in the chat and I will answer that Q&A directly just to make sure I cover everything. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. If you have any other questions for Temple University Japan campus, go ahead and put it in the Q&A. Next up, we have Deakin University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tori Ellenberger, and I represent Deakin University that's based in Melbourne, Australia. And that's right, Melbourne. You have to learn how to pronounce it. That's one of the most important lessons that I learned when moving to Australia. I myself am based in North Carolina, so on a much friendlier time zone for any questions you might have. And much like my colleague Kelly, I like to tell people who are thinking about studying in Australia, really, it's nothing more than a binge session flight of your favorite show. So don't be intimidated by the distance. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the benefits of studying in Australia. Yes, we all know Australia for the kangaroos and the koalas, the cute things. Some of you may have had the opportunity to try some of the finer delicacies of Australia, the things like the Vegemite and the Tim Tams. But there's a lot more to Australia, particularly when we look at it as a destination for an educational opportunity. Some of the world's top ranked universities are located in Australia. And so keep it on the list as you start to explore your opportunities. My university itself, Deakin University, we have 4 physical campuses and 1 cloud campus. So on this map here, you can see the map of Australia. Australia itself is geographically similar to the size of the United States, with a population of around 25 million people. And to put that into perspective, that's around the size of population of California. 90% of Australians live within an hour of the coast, and 1 in 4 Australians is born overseas. So a very multicultural place to be. And back to our campuses here, the pull-out state on the map is the state of Victoria, where Deakin's campuses are located. Our main campus is outside of the city of Melbourne. So a little bit about Melbourne as a city. It's been voted as one of the world's most livable cities for many years in the running. When it's not number 1, it's always in the top 3. And that's really based on things like safety, healthcare, environment, culture, infrastructure, and whatnot. It's also been recognized as Australia's best student city and one of the best student cities globally in the QS Student Cities rankings for 2022. So a great place to base yourself. Our campus, our Burwood campus itself is the main campus. It's around 25 minutes from the CBD of Melbourne and easily accessible. So you can get there by tram, you can get there by bus. There's a train station with connectivity. These pictures here are of our Melbourne Burwood campus. It's our largest campus with around 33,000 students on campus. Deakin on the whole has around 65,000 students, and of which around 13 to 14,000 are international students. So back to the Burwood campus. Beautiful leafy green part of the city that it's located in, and has many, many top quality facilities on this campus. So if you're interested in studying things like exercise and sports science, this would be a great place to base yourself with the facilities, nursing simulation centers as well. The next campus is a bit further down the road. So right here in Geelong, we have 2 campuses. We have the Geelong Warren Ponds campus, and this is Deakin's Foundation campus. It has around 9,000 students. This is where our medical school is located, and our advanced engineering facilities are also located here. We go even just down the road a bit in Geelong to the waterfront, a gorgeous campus where you'll find purpose-built architectural studios. It's a much smaller city, so the city of Geelong is around 400, maybe around 500,000, and the campus itself has around 6,000 students. And then our furthest campus down the coast is our Warrnambool campus. So very small campus, very everyone knows you there. So if you're looking for a much more intimate experience, this will be a campus for you. It's got sophisticated and highly advanced aquaculture and marine science hands-on learning opportunities. You can see the we've got a sonar mapping vessel there called Yola. It's there in the picture. So this campus has around 500 students, so very small compared to our other campuses. And then, of course, we have a cloud campus. So Deakin started out as a distance learning university and has grown with the technology and the approach since. We were established in the 70s, comprehensive teaching and learning university, and ranked in the top 1% of universities in the world. One of the things Deakin is very well known for is our student satisfaction. So in our state, we're voted top for years, up to 9 years now in a row. And our university career services have been voted #1 in Australia. We've got four faculties that have comprehensive study areas. So basically anything that you could really want to study is available at Deakin University. The things that we are most well known for are those pulled out in orange. So exercise and sports science and sport management rank in the top 10 in the world. Our life and environmental science programs also rank very highly, psychology, education, and food and nutrition as well. Direct entry to the university, we base that on SAT or ACT along with your GPA. Right now, we are still test optional. We have 3 intake dates, as you can see here. So very flexible rolling admissions, start when it's convenient for you. And we also have merit-based scholarships. This is a quick peek at our on-campus accommodation, and I'll just put my information here. Feel free to scan that code and set up a time to learn more. And we can connect directly. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And Deacon, you can stay on, and my other colleagues, if you can come on back. If you have any questions for Deacon, by the way, please put it in the Q&A. All right, I have a question for you all, actually. Can everyone see my screen? I think we're good. All right. So you all are the experts, right, in the admissions process. And so we'll just go in presentation order. And my question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So University of British Columbia, go ahead and kick it off.
One of my biggest pieces of advice I always give to students is to look beyond rankings. You're going to see some wonderful, amazing universities, but your university experience is so much more than just rankings. Look at those locations, look at those extracurriculars, because you really want to enjoy your 4 years that you're living in that place. You don't want to be just surviving your university experience, you want to be thriving. So once again, look at all those different aspects when you're really doing your college search process.
Awesome. Thank you. Temple University, Japan.
Surviving and thriving. I like that advice. I have to tell myself that every day. So for TUJ, my advice to you as students is to keep a diary or a journal. I know that sounds weird, but it actually does help you, whether it's electronically or paper and pen, to when you're doing your research of colleges. Every college has a different type of process. There's similarities, but differences, and it's going to get confusing. And usually around March is when I know students are shopping for different colleges because they confuse the entire application process. So if you keep your own notes, you'll know where things are, you'll know the deadlines, and it will help you keep track of everything.
Awesome. And Deakin University?
Yeah, both colleagues have given great advice, and I wish I had this advice when I was looking for universities. So I say really maximize the resources available to you where you are. And what does that mean? Find a college admissions representative or a university rep that you can ask the questions that you can't necessarily find on the website, or that maybe other students might not have the access to. So figure out who your point of contact is and really get to know them. Our jobs are to help you understand our universities and if it's the right fit for you. So seek out those resources that are available to you in that search process.
Good stuff. You heard it from the experts. All right. I have another question. What is one thing you want students to remember about your school? Now, I say one thing on this question, but I know there's a ton. So I'll let it slide if you let some others in there too. So University of British Columbia, go ahead.
I think the one thing I just want students to know is our emphasis on our motto, which is Tum Est, or it is yours. So there is no one size fits all experience for students. There's no mandatory activities that every single student does. We really encourage you to engage in the subjects and the extracurriculars that are most interesting to you, because that's how you're going to get the most out of your university experience.
Thank you. Temple University, Japan.
The one thing I hope you remember is that we are in Japan. And that means a lot of things. It's very simple, but it's so important because number one, you're earning an American degree and you're doing it abroad. That is so important. We also have master's programs, PhD programs, and many opportunities for students to pursue. Another thing is you're earning American credits because we are an American school in Japan. And there's just many study options for you. Oh, I remember my third thing, which is part of why we're in Japan. So it's one reason, but keep in mind of our deadlines, Japan's a day ahead. So you want to make sure that, you turn in your application way in advance because otherwise you're going to be panicking and the deadline might have passed if Japan is already a day ahead of you.
Good point. Deakin University.
Yeah, one thing that's not always so obvious about Deakin University is we've developed a lot of in-house technological enhancements that really help you navigate the university, both academically, socially, and even insofar as finding parking spots. So Deakin is very advanced and is working with IBM Watson and making your university experience as friendly and familiar as possible and really helping you to thrive in that environment. So we've got apps, we've got all sorts of tools that will help you in terms of time management and really just navigating the basics of university life in a way that you're most familiar with, which is on your phone, quick answers, apps, in a friendly way.
I love it. I love it. Thank you all so much. I have one last question for this evening's session. What is one myth you'd like to debunk on the college admissions process? So a little bit like the advice you gave, but maybe this time it's something that people normally don't get right off the bat. So University of British Columbia, I hate to put you on the spot, but you are first, so go ahead.
No worries. From a Canadian perspective, as an international student applying to Canada, one myth I like to debunk about the Canadian process is that our process is a little different. We don't require letters of recommendation, demonstrated interest isn't a thing, and we're not looking for a particular list of extracurricular activities. Quite often we're looking for, if we ask for things like essays, it'll be looking for reflection in your responses. We're an educational institution, so we're not just looking for a laundry list of things. Our university and all the others around the world are very aware that COVID has shaken a lot of things up over the last few years. And maybe your extracurriculars and things like that don't look like how you originally intended them to look. So this is all very well aware in our minds. And once again, from a Canadian perspective, in many cases, we're not looking to see those. We're looking to see your reflection more than anything.
Thank you. Thank you. Temple University, Japan.
I would say this might help our juniors and underclassmen more so than the seniors since they already are taking their senior classes. But looking ahead, when you are planning your course schedule for your senior year in high school, I think sometimes students think I have to take a bunch of AP courses to look competitive. And I always tell students who ask me about that, I say, well, if you're going to take the AP class, make sure you do well in it. It's such a waste of your time to be in a class that you don't like, for one thing, and then also not do so well because that does affect you academically. So make sure you're choosing the classes and subjects that you like, and also make sure you are putting that commitment and holding yourself accountable that yes, I'm taking a higher level class, so I know I need to bunk down and do the work.
Awesome. Thank you. And Deakin University?
Yes, I'd like to debunk the myth that studying overseas is out of reach. It's really not. I always encourage any students, any parents that I speak with to have a look because it's much more achievable than you think, both in terms of finances, but also the admission requirements. So don't let anything stop you. Explore all of your options and have a look overseas as well.
Awesome stuff. Thank you all so much for those questions. Again, I know I kind of put you all on the spot, but thank you, my attendees, so much for being here and listening. Again, as I mentioned earlier in the beginning, this is just an appetizer. these universities have a ton to offer. So please make sure to reach out to them. They seem like wonderful people ready to help you out. So, feel free to use that contact information that's been in the chat, as well as any other links or anything else that you have seen in the presentations this afternoon. But also my panelists and presenters, you mean a lot to this process. So thank you all so much for being here. Before everyone heads out, really quickly, after you close this window, a very quick 5-question survey will appear. So just give us some feedback. We really do appreciate it. The words "very quick" are literally on the screen, so it will be very quick, I do promise, okay? Sign up for more sessions. There are 2 more sessions within this virtual college fair trifecta that we have going on here this evening, so check those college presentations out as well. And last but not least, again, if you do want to relive the fun, I had a lot of fun, so if you want to relive it with us, a recording is available at strivescan.com/WACAC. With that said, again, thank you everybody so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your night. Bye, everyone.